In the next 10 minutes, you are going to learn the operating system that ran the Roman Empire. Not the politics, the mindset. The same one Marcus Aurelius used to govern the most powerful state on earth without losing his mind. The same one Seneca used while serving and being executed by a tyrant. The same one Epictetus rebuilt from inside a slave's body. If that sounds dramatic, good. It means you're still paying attention. This is your 10-minute field manual. You've probably tried something to deal with the noise in your head. Meditation apps, self-help books, cold plunges, a podcast that promised a dopamine reset. And here you are, watching another video. Here's why none of it stuck. Most of what gets sold to you as wellness is a coping mechanism. It helps you tolerate a life that is steadily eroding your peace. Stoicism is not a coping mechanism. It is a decision-making framework, a way of thinking forged for people in real pressure: emperors, exiles, slaves, generals, people with stakes. And once you understand it as a framework instead of a vibe, you stop trying to feel better. You start trying to think better. The feeling follows. That distinction is everything. At its core, Stoicism is built on three load-bearing pillars. Every quote you've seen, every book on the subject, every philosopher will cover on this channel. It's all commentary on these three. Pillar 1. Some things are in your control, most things are not. Pillar 2. The only true good is virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline. Everything else, including money, status, even health, is what the Stoics call the preferred indifferent. Nice to have, not the point. Pillar 3. You do not suffer because of events. You suffer because of your judgment about events. Stop the video right now and write those three down. Not because I told you to, because if those three ideas truly land, your week changes, your year changes, the next decade of your life changes. I'll wait. Good. Now let's break each one open. Pillar 1. The Dichotomy of Control. Epictetus opens his Enchiridion with one sentence that earned him 2000 years of relevance. Some things are up to us, other things are not up to us. What's up to you? Your judgments, your effort, your speech, your response. That's it, a short list. What's not up to you? The weather, the economy, what your boss thinks of you today, whether your child becomes the person you imagined, whether your body stays healthy forever, what someone wrote about you online at 2 a.m. That second list is most of life. And the moment you accept that, really accept it, something extraordinary happens. The energy you used to spend trying to control the uncontrollable comes flooding back. You suddenly have it available for the things that are actually yours to handle. Here is the modern translation. Stop refreshing the news. Stop rehearsing arguments in the shower. Stop trying to manage what people think of you. None of it is yours. The discipline of your own attention, that is yours. The traffic jam is not the problem. Your judgment that the traffic jam is ruining your day, that is the problem. And the judgment is in your control. The traffic isn't. Pillar 2. Virtue is the only true good. This one is harder to swallow because it cuts against everything modern marketing is built on. The Stoics believed there are exactly 4 virtues that matter. Wisdom, the ability to see a situation clearly. Courage, the willingness to act on what you see. Justice, treating others as they deserve. Discipline, mastering yourself before trying to master anything else. Everything else, money, fame, even health, is what they called a preferred indifferent. You should prefer them, pursue them, but they are not the point. They cannot make you good. They cannot make a corrupt person whole, and they cannot make a virtuous person broken. This sounds abstract until you watch what happens to people who get what they wanted. The promotion, the exit, the relationship, the body. They get it, and the noise inside their head stays exactly where it was. Why? Because they tried to fix an internal problem with an external solution. The Stoics figured this out 2000 years ago. We still haven't caught up. The work is internal. The reward is internal. Everything else is weather. Pillar 3. You do not suffer because of events. You suffer because of your judgment about events. This is the line that gave us cognitive behavioral therapy. Modern psychology, the most evidence-backed mental health intervention we have, is essentially Stoicism with a clipboard. The principle: between what happens and how you feel about it, there is a step, a judgment. And the judgment is yours. Your boss criticizes your work. The event is neutral, words spoken in a room. Your judgment can be, I'm a failure, I'm going to lose my job, my career is over. Or your judgment can be, there is information here. Some of it is useful, some of it is not. I will sort it. Same event, two different lives. The Stoics didn't ask you to feel nothing. That's a misreading. They ask you to insert a gap between the event and the reaction, and to do your most important work inside that gap. That gap is where you become free. It is the only real freedom there is. Everything else can be taken from you. The gap cannot. If this is the first time Stoicism has sounded less like a TikTok aesthetic and more like an actual operating manual, subscribe. Every week, one video, one protocol. We build your citadel together, one brick at a time. Now, protocol number 1. For the next 24 hours, starting the moment this video ends, every time you feel an emotional reaction, frustration in traffic, an irritating email, a comment that gets under your skin, you will do one thing. You will pause for 3 seconds, and you will ask, is this in my control or not? If it is, you act on it with wisdom, courage, justice, and discipline. If it is not, you let it pass. You do not suppress it. You do not pretend you didn't feel it. You let it pass like weather. Do this for 24 hours. Notice how many of the things that ruin a normal day live entirely outside your control. That number is your first measurement. See you next week.